Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Oh my goodness, everyone, welcome. I'm at Microsoft Ignite. I'm Karuana Gatimu. I'm the director of the Microsoft 365 Advocacy Group, and I'm here virtually in Chicago with my good friend, Heather. There she is.
Hello, good morning. I'm in Chicago as well, up a little bit north at a friend's house, and I will be with you soon. So, yay.
I know, I'm so excited. I'm watching them build our community space. So, folks, if you haven't been paying attention, because there's been lots of things going on in the world, and that is totally fine if you're not paying attention. But this week is Microsoft Ignite. It is our flagship show that is here in Chicago this year. We'll be here with 10,000 of our closest friends. And we're also available digitally online. I get the opportunity to hang out with 5 of my friends and be a digital host for this year's
Mhm.
online show. Woo! And Heather is in charge of everything community for modern work. And she has an awesome booth and lots of activities. And I even get to interview her. So I'm very excited about that. There's there's so much happening at Microsoft Ignite. You can still register for the digital experience. You'll get to see Satya, hear all of the announcements, see the deep dives in general sessions, and most importantly, you can save all these sessions to your favorites and have them for viewing later. It is an unprecedented host of free training. This is the moment to invest in yourself and in your career. Register for the digital experience, even if you're going to be here in person, because quite frankly, there's just more going on here than anybody can take in one set of a few days. So we'll be here, and so we're not going to scoop any of the cool announcements that are going to happen tomorrow morning and
Oh,
all day
come on.
tomorrow. No, I
Just
like
one.
working here.
I know. Same. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, and for those of you who are looking for community focused sessions, we are in the session scheduler. Very exciting. And so that's awesome. And so thank you to the team for that. We have forum sessions, which are about 50 minutes where you can come listen to different folks on the product teams, talk about different products. There's some meet and greets with executives. I think Donna Sakar and Mark Rasinovich and Scott Hanselman and Jeff Teeper are all going to be in some of those forum sessions over the week. And then we also have roundtables where you can come sit and hang out and talk about your favorite programs, the Microsoft Tech community, the CoPilot adoption community. You can talk to us about the Microsoft Global Community Initiative. A lot of words with community in it, of course. So a lot going on. So come join us for a roundtable sit down or come check out those forum sessions. There's also the Global AI team has a beautiful world map where you can go put yourself in where you live in your community. We've got a GitHub area, AI for good, all kinds of great stuff happening in the community area. And then all the sessions you can put into your backpack, your digital backpack. All of those are in person. So just know that. So that's on the show floor and in person. And so like Carolyn was saying, there's a lot of stuff that will be on demand later. So, pick and choose, sometimes you want to be in person, sometimes you want to be on demand. You can check that out and get it done. And it's going to be so fun. So, yeah.
I know. It's really, really exciting. And you're so right. I am grateful for the team for putting all of that in the session calendar. We always had our own little schedule, but now we're in the main session schedule. And actually,
Yeah.
they don't call it the backpack anymore. So don't look for that
Oh,
term on the website. It is
okay.
favorites this year now.
Favorites. Okay.
I just found that out like 2 days ago.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Put it in your faves. There you go. Yeah.
Absolutely, because why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
There is so much happening, but I want to remind folks that it's not just about AI. Of course, you're going to hear AI announcements about Copilot, new capabilities we're bringing in the AI space. But there's also a lot of amazing stuff happening in Fabric, in SQL Server, in Power Platform that are tremendous innovations, and of course, in modern work. That are related to AI potentially, but not necessarily central to Copilot. So, I have to say, Heather, I was thinking about this on the plane here. This may be the most productive time of innovation that I've been in the Microsoft ecosystem. I feel like everybody is really focused together. It's more one Microsoft, than
Mm-hmm.
maybe in the past. And so it's just a really fun time to be in this community and an important time for your career. So we
Yeah.
want to make sure everybody takes advantage of what's
Yeah.
happening.
I think, having been with you in Microsoft during the team's, engineering rush of COVID,
Right.
when it was like moving from, a physical to digital, and making sure there were, all of the wonderful work you did on the, global demand centers, and, helping people with, different things during that time. This is a time, like you were saying, where we're moving together. This all came out, with one big voice, and now everybody's figuring out, what's the next steps. Now it's out there. I'm going to do a lead into your next section, because one of the things you and I've been talking a lot about too is what are those use cases? We got this great stuff. How do we use it? Who's using it? Who's got a great story on how they've done it, right? And I think that's really exciting. Ignite is really focused on that, because I've seen
Yes.
that through your stuff that we've been talking about. So exciting to see that, and we'll see it here this week, but it's all over all of our digital imprint, on our blogs, news.microsoft.com, all over the place. So maybe that's a good lead in and a high five for you on that one. So yeah.
It's really true, though, because people really
Yeah.
do need to know how. And I want folks out there to remember two things. This is our pre-show for Microsoft Ignite. In 2 weeks, we'll be back and we'll break down all of the announcements for you. And then
Yep.
tomorrow morning, we will release the book of news. So that'll be exciting. But the thing to note
Yep.
is, these use cases are also about healthy modern work usage and smart governance, and then AI. That is the order,
Yeah.
right? Smart governance, healthy Microsoft 365 usage, and Copilot activities on top of that. And so there's a flow to this. Even if your organization isn't ready for AI yet, don't worry. We'll be talking about all the other things in that context of AI readiness, because I'm pretty sure at this point that this isn't some niche. It's not just some little thing that some people are going to be
A
doing or
flash.
not. AI is
Yeah.
actually here to stay, and it will be in your organization. The question is not if, but when. And we've got the guidance and those use cases where you can really get to value quickly. We're going to do some fantastic interviews. As Heather was saying, there's all kinds of great industry stories. More and more is coming out, so you can see yourself in your own organization reflected in the work that these other companies are doing. And I'm super excited about some work we're going to be doing in the SMB space. In the smaller organizations, AI can have so much of a impact on revenue and on productivity, customer service, serving the community that you serve. So, I could talk about that for a while, but there's lots of other things going on. And thank you for
Yeah.
that shout out, Heather. I appreciate you. Fantastic use cases that are going to be talked about here at Ignite.
Yeah. And, in this particular article, there's names, there's Siemens, CarMax, Finastra, JLL, Pets at Home. Karuana talked about Pets at Home last time, in our last Mondays at Microsoft, PwC, and Genpact. So tons of really, big names, and also some SMB names too. So that we're going to get into. And another big name I know that Karuana, you got really excited about, was the story that we found about NASA. And so I'm going to throw that to you, to talk about NASA's big news. So go right ahead.
Yeah, this speaks directly to the nerd in me, the Earth co-pilot. Okay, people, like just check this out for a second. NASA's Earth Sciences Data Systems Program is responsible for collecting all sorts of different data from spaceborne sensors and instruments. This data spans everything from atmospheric conditions to land cover changes, ocean temperatures, everything about our environment NASA is collecting. And so what has been happening is it's a challenge. There's so much data. It's such a huge challenge for them to be able to get insights from this, to be able to grok it, right? And they need this information. So what they did is NASA Impact worked with Microsoft to develop an AI-driven custom copilot with this data, and it's called Earth Copilot. You have to just go read this article, right, and check out the pictures, because understanding the beautiful planet that we live on is critical to being able to balance our impact on the planet, to be able to learn more. There's so many answers in our beautiful blue bubble that we don't know, but being able to process this data more effectively and people can search and discover and analyze all of this geospatial data. It's in pilot right now, it's in testing, and NASA scientists and researchers are using it. And of course, they're making sure that this is a responsible AI deployment, right? No AI deployment is good if it's not responsible and properly governed. And so they're definitely thinking about this and how it's going to integrate into the existing Veda platform. But this collaboration between NASA and Microsoft, I mean, look, this is one of the reasons that I'm so proud to work here, right? It's because we do work like this, right? With
Mhm.
NASA, with scientists, with researchers who are trying to solve some of the toughest challenges on the planet with the tools that Microsoft has to offer. I just feel like this is a fantastic example of tech for good.
Yeah.
And I'm all nerded out and super happy about this one.
Yeah, it's super cool. And for those of you who, nerd and then data analysis even deeper, the many of you probably have gone to the Veda dashboard. It's VEDA, with visualization, exploration, and then data analysis. That's that open source earth science platform. So you can go look at the data, and it serves academia to scientists to everything else. And so this, what Karuana has been talking about, I was reading in the article that it's going to go into that platform soon. So the CoPilot is going to go into that Veda dashboard to help scientists be even quicker and all of that it's going to be amazing. So very cool. And in the article, you can click on the Veda dashboard if you've never seen that before. It's pretty neat.
You should
So
definitely go check it out. Definitely go check
yeah.
it out. And so maybe you don't work at NASA and you think, wow, this is amazing, but this stuff still isn't for me. The capabilities that we have through Copilot Studio, the things that are built into Microsoft 365, and frankly, all of our products now, are
Mhm.
the go all the way from built in, out of the box, to low code to pro code. There's a
Yeah.
space for you in this new technology, right? And every new technology needs people who talk about it, and that's why you want to learn about it so you can improve your career and really and have some fun. Like have some
Yeah,
fun with all this stuff, right? Heather,
for
I know you
sure.
have a bunch of stuff that's super important about the accessibility angle as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, launch day was last week for a new accessibility 101 training here at Microsoft. It's mandatory training for our employees, and we all have a big responsibility to be building inclusively, accessibly to empower employees and customers. The mastermind behind that training is Erica Zelmanowitz. There we go. She works with experts across the industry to build out this kind of content, and you can take this training too. You can take a minute to skill up on the latest in accessibility, new features, inclusive design, how to build accessible AI solutions, and it's available in 8 language and ASL with audio descriptions, so you can check it out there. There's also a video that you can check out, and I know Jenny Leigh Fleury, who heads up our accessibility for Microsoft, is going to be at Ignite as well and has some sessions. So if you're in person, you can check those out, or online, which is pretty cool. And then I have a couple other really interesting, fun things that came out of the AI tour. I got to go, Caruana was in Mexico City, and I got to go to Paris and Berlin. And then we have, and Brian Wolford was with you, and we've got other folks from our team. Josh is going to Toronto. So we got a lot of people on the AI tour, which is awesome. There was a really neat article from Alexander Loth, who is the field CTO and technical specialist in EMEA, about a bunch of insights from Berlin, and wrote a really cool article on LinkedIn. It was a fireside chat with a bunch of folks from Socura, and also how AI-ready nonprofits are getting AI into their systems and solutions. So it was a really nice write-up of some of the conversations that were had there and the people that were featured. And we're going to continue to have features like this from different folks at Microsoft on LinkedIn and other places to talk about who we talk to locally in these wonderful tours that we're doing all around the world. And if you haven't signed up for AI for Nonprofits, that's a really great initiative that we have. Microsoft for Startups, AI for Nonprofits, Microsoft for Nonprofits. There's a ton of resources and access to different pieces of software that you can get your hands on. So definitely check those out. And you can take advantage of those things if you are a nonprofit or a startup in the AI or even non-AI space. And also more coming with CoPilot, as we always talk about. And Caruana, I don't know, do you anything else about the AI tour from your perspective? I know you went, and our team is doing a lot there. I want to bring you back on. And
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, we are doing a lot there. Oh, turning fun colors because turn on all the stuff here now. You know, what I really appreciate about being on the AI tour, and I had to go to London at the turn of the year, people are asking, you're there and everybody where they are. You can answer their specific questions, stage they happen to be in their readiness. I really appreciate that everybody's at a different spot. That is, I really want to build into the adoption.microsoft.com CoPilot hub so that it's easier for people to pull information about exactly where they are, right? And so I feel like that's important, and being able to target the information to where people happen to be in their journey. So, yeah. And of course, because so many new CoPilot features keep coming too, we have lots of CoPilot features that are continuing to come. And that's going to keep happening. And so what I really want people to understand is that it's really about a continuous learning journey and connecting CoPilot to the jobs you have to do. It's not about what we tell you the feature does. It's about how you use the feature in your daily work, build this new habit. So I'm excited about the rest of the AI tour. I'm happy that I get to go to London and do one more stop and continue to learn from our customers, because that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. And I think we had some.
You want to hear about some new CoPilot features? Because I have a little list that I think you put together for me from this fantastic blog, right? So you will soon be able to use CoPilot to personalize your Outlook app like never before. With themes, you're going to be able to create unique themes that speak to you, showing the weather, things of that nature. Being able to alter your own user experience is very important. You'll also be able to use CoPilot. This is one that's really important for me, to prep for your next meeting in minutes, right? Click the prepare button. And that prepare button will proactively be shown at the top of your inbox, and it will help you quickly get the context of the meeting, the content that's around it. And also, we've heard a lot about how CoPilot has transformed the way customers are working in teams. But we've also taken new steps towards a new CoPilot in PowerPoint, right? Starting with that narrative builder. PowerPoint is about storytelling, right? And so this blog article that you're looking right now, which you've now seen, it definitely tells you all about these features that we're talking about. What I'm going to tell you, though, and Heather and you and I can just talk about this, is that, that's just scratching the surface of the new productivity capabilities that we're offering. So I don't want people to feel overwhelmed by all the new AI capabilities in CoPilot in modern work. What I want them to do is think about their daily work and where they could really use help. If you had a person, you could say, hey, put together a brief for this meeting. Give me the last information on this customer. Make sure things get scheduled, right? There's a whole bunch of things that are here, but also coming, that I want you to think about. How do you attach that to the jobs to be done, right? I mean, I feel like that's where it's most effective for me personally. I don't know about you, Heather.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that, you and I were talking about on Friday. I think we were talking about, you were, Karuana, we were talking about trying to get things done, and, perfection is the enemy of the good, right? And with CoPilot, being able to start something, or get some help, like if you've got to write a paper or write a strategy or something like that, really trying to use CoPilot to help you get started, by writing a really good prompt, by referencing something else, a different paper or a different SharePoint site or whatever, you can pull those things in there. And just having that conversation of remembering to do that sometimes is part of it too. It's like, oh, right, I have this wonderful thing and I should use it just to get started. Sometimes is, I was a ghostwriter for years working in marketing, where I would draft, like I was the co-pilot for, many a person.
That's the thing though, right? We don't all have a you. And so we have that. And I know people have seen that. I wish everybody had you, frankly. I think the world would be better. I'm certainly better by having a you. But meanwhile, back at the red, I just want to say that, we see that example a lot of the blank page syndrome. But also for me, it's about summarizing data and preparation for my next steps, my next project. And I think we haven't shown that in some of our demonstrations as much as we shown the blank page
Right.
situation. So
Mm-hmm.
that's another area. That's a job to be done. I want you to think about that and
Yeah.
just continuously learning. But the
Yeah.
other places, you may not be able to come to Ignite, but there are lots of community events around the world. And Heather, I know you want to. I know you
Oh
want to
yeah.
cover those.
Absolutely. We definitely, the communitydays.org is our one-stop shop. We talk about it all the time, but we have to because it's awesome. And it is run it's a partnership between us, Microsoft, with the infrastructure and our community members who are part of the Microsoft Global Community Initiative. And a shout out always to Tom Daly, who created that site out of the New York, New Jersey area, who's one of our MVPs, who's on the board. He and a team of wonderful folks, volunteers from our community, work on that site. They do quality assurance and they fix bugs, and they're always trying to make it better and building partnerships with other third-party software to bring all kinds of cool bells and whistles in. So communitydays.org is the place where you, as an event producer, if you have a free event that is in the Microsoft ecosystem or a paid event where you pay registration to go, you can list those there. We don't list user groups unless it's like a larger kind of regional meeting. Maybe in the future we'll do that, but not yet. We also have community calls. So you can go up and find your favorite community calls that are put on by Microsoft featuring community members. Those are also on the site. There's also a leaderboard of speakers up there where you can see who's speaking where if you're looking for speakers for your event. So definitely check that out as well. And we have had, I will say, a plethora of events in October, November. It has been amazingly busy. And so we've just in the past couple of weeks, we've had all of these events around the world. In Belgium, the low code, no code virtual was amazing and huge. And so many folks came to that. Germany, the .NET conference, the Czech Republic, Dallas, Manchester. As you can see, lots of stuff happening in the last couple of weeks. And then going forward, again, November, so busy, lots of things going on. So we've got, VS Live and Community Days DC. We've got Dayton, Ohio, Monaco, Norway, Ontario, Hungary, Norway again. Also coming up in December, Houston and some stuff in Australia, the Netherlands, Florida. I mean, all kinds of amazing free events, 1 or 2 days. Most of these are in person. You can see if it says virtual, and you can tap into there if they are virtual. And then Community Days, ESPC, the European SharePoint Conference, that's coming up very quickly. A lot of the folks on our team are going to that wonderful show that Sarah and Kevin put on. Karuana is keynoting, Jeff Teeper is keynoting, and a lot of folks from the Microsoft team will be there. So, and registration's still open for that. So lots and lots of things happening and coming up in events. This is sort of, it's on. Like we kind of have 2 big event seasons, and right now is one, and then in the spring is the next one. And so people are very, very busy putting together content and initiatives and fun and all kinds of things. And so just a big shout out to everyone in our community who is a producer or organizer, who's got hands on keyboard and then, feet on the street, setting things up. And if you want to bring Caruana back, you can see back here, things are getting set up right now, and like there's plastic and carpet and lights being hung and
There's
both
so
of
much
us.
going on here. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, both
And
of
I
us.
have to say that
Yeah.
it's starting to get super loud here, and so
Oh,
I
okay.
just want to just give that shout because I had to move because they're
I
having a
know.
big crew meeting and everybody's around us. They're getting here ready for 10,000 people. Whether you're 10,000 people or whether you're just having 50 folks out to a Microsoft office someplace, the pressure is real as an event organizer. So Heather and I understand that probably more than most, and we appreciate you. I do want to say, I don't know if you mentioned it. It's probably going to be on upcoming shows, but doing a community days in Phoenix, where I live, at the office. I'm so excited about that one. So if you're there, you're getting warm instead of being cold this in January, you'll want to come over. But it's on communitydays.org. And shout out to the team who was just at TechCon Dallas, Mark and Josh, who did a great job at TechCon Dallas. The TechCon shows are so fun.
Yep.
And they're different than Ignite because being a little bit smaller, you get a little more longer time to talk with people, a little more intimate. I really enjoy the shows, and so the team got to go there. And yes, turning around on Thanksgiving weekend, the U.S. holiday, to go to Stockholm for ESPC is going to be super exciting. But I
Yeah.
want to make sure that everybody remembers to tune back in here 2 weeks from today, and then you'll have an opportunity to have soaked in a lot of the announcements, and we're going to help parse them with you with the use cases, the new adoption material that's coming, and all the work that we're doing to make sure that you have a healthy journey AI and a CoPilot, and Microsoft 365 Power Platform, and all the other fun things that Microsoft has to offer, which are foundational to your
Yeah.
success. So hope you come back here soon. Thank you so
I
much,
know.
Heather. Appreciate. I'll see you down here on the show floor very
Yep.
soon. Thank you to our
Absolutely.
awesome producer
Yes.
Daniel, who's doing this from our hotel room. We
Yeah.
appreciate you, and we'll
Yay.
see everybody very soon. You can find Heather and I not only on LinkedIn and Twitter, but you can also find us both on Blue Sky. So maybe you'll just go and follow us there. Bye.
Yeah. The new
That's our
butterflies.
promo.
So.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, everybody. See
All right.
everyone
Thank you,
later.
everybody. Have a great week. See you soon,
Take
Caruana.
care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.